everybody. Someone else is in my house.
I've intruded.
Oh my god.
Sorry, hi.
It's my friend Sarah.
Hi guys.
If you don't know her, please check out her channel, Sarah. And we're here to tell you about overhyped things in Japan. I think there's a lot of things that are overhyped in Japan. I've been here for 7 years, you've been here for
5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I thought you were like,
no, you have lived here for 6.
Sorry. There's a few things, that I see a lot of people doing, a lot of people going to and enjoying. I'm not sure, because maybe it's overhyped. Number 1, Team Lab. Controversial. I know. So many people I know coming to Japan are like, let's go to Team Lab. Honestly, it is really cool, but it's getting a little stinky.
If you touch the water with your hands and you pull your hand out, you're like, what's that smell? And it was a little overwhelming because you're in that experience for a couple of hours, and there's no washing hand points like toilets.
Yes, and it's all barefoot, by the way. Yeah. So everybody's there's no like checking to see if you got something wrong with your feet.
And I got itchy legs, I don't know.
It's, just be warned before you go in there. It is a really cool experience, but it's kind of nasty as well. Spoilers for Team Lab, where it's just like a room full of beanbags. Like the whole room is like this giant cushion room that's all cloth, and you're like wading through it. I face planted in there, and I'm like, did I catch something?
Oh my god.
There's no way they can wash it. It's just a cloth room. So it is really fun if you want to check it out, but also I think it's a little overhyped right now because it's just so stinky.
Yeah, too many people.
Too many people, yeah.
When you come to Japan, you're obviously going to go to eat dinner at probably a family restaurant, a ramen shop, but also an izakaya. I kind of think they're a little overhyped depending on where you go. There are lots of different kind of izakayas. Some are cheap, some are high-end, and the cheap ones, when you first come to Japan, you're like, this is so awesome, I order on the tablet. Everything's 290 yen. You buy like the giant beer. I love izakaya, so they aren't all overhyped, but it's so expensive. Like, I am also kind of scared to go because you have the otoshi, which is this like table charge, and they give you a dish that you don't even want.
I'm like, I don't want it.
Yeah. And then if you go in a big group, because that's what izakaya culture is, you're gonna have people who are drinking like 10 drinks, and if you don't get the nomihore, that's adding up, and then people will order like all kinds of food. And then they're always like, do you want to split the bill? And I'm like,
yeah, it's so hard to split a bill at an izakaya, especially if you go with heaps of people, which is what you usually do when you go to izakaya. And then, other people are definitely gonna eat more or eat less, and then at the end it's like, let's just split it. It's like, help, hi, I only ate the otoshi.
So like, if you do come, try and research like a cool local place, and maybe that will be a cool experience.
Yeah, there are some good ones, but there are some where just the group experience of trying to get through a night in an izakaya, it's so loud, it's so intense, it can be good, but it's
and you can't leave early because like you can't leave midway.
Yeah, just smells like cigarettes in a lot of them, which could be fun if you like the smell of cigarettes. I like a bit of fish. I like a little bit of sashimi. I'm here to denounce fugu. I feel like I'm gonna have people attack me, but it can be expensive. I've had it sashimi, I've had it deep fried, I've had it just in heaps of different kinds of ways. And
really? That many times?
Yeah, I've had it a bunch, usually for work, I never go somewhere and I'm like, let me get that, I never choose it. There's an element of danger. I don't like that. Everyone's trained who prepares fugu and everything, but I think there's like tastier fish that are less expensive and easier to access that don't have the chance of dying, killing you. If you have eaten fugu and enjoyed it, feel free to tell me about it. I share a different opinion, but you're allowed to say what you think.
You might be thinking, I don't like lines. Yeah, neither do I. Tourists come here and they're like, well, I need to eat all those famous restaurants with the fluffy pancakes, the famous onigiri that's booming, like TikTok trends, or Ichiran ramen, where I see people just lining in the street, like every single location. Are you gonna waste like 2 to 4 hours of your like short holiday waiting for one meal?
Even if it's like amazing, I feel like I never feel satisfied after being in a line for that long.
They don't let you sit in these lines. Like,
oh my god, you can't sit down.
Rain, hail, shine. You are standing there in this line. You can't even leave it. Like, you might need to go to the toilet. Maybe then, I don't know. The thing about Japan is you can walk down the street and find really cool places.
That's true.
Local
Just
spots.
go back alleys.
Yeah.
Find your way.
Find your way.
Find your way. My next one is, if you love shopping for Gucci and Prada and other things,
totally.
go to Ginza. That's the best place to be. If you don't like doing that, there are other places. I hear people going there all the time, especially tourists, and I'm like, what did you do there? Like, there's some cute little shops, some places like down little alleys, there's some fun things to do, but I feel like other areas of Tokyo have way more and it's way less expensive. It's just so much walking down these like really cold like streets where it's just like high-end buildings.
It's Western as well. It's not very Japanese architecture.
Yeah.
It's like being in Sydney, New York, or
So if you go like around it, you know, there's like the Imperial Palace if you travel a little bit that way. Like just and Roppongi, there's like some stuff. But Ginza itself, I'm like, you know, I have friends come to visit, they're like, oh, we're staying in Ginza. I'm like, why are you staying in Ginza?
It must be expensive as well,
right?
surely.
Yeah. I'm not really a Ginza girl.
In terms of places people visit, I feel like Kyoto's another big one. And my next point is about how, you know, you've got all those places you got to visit, like Fushimi Inari, and you've got Kinkakuji, you've got Ginkakuji. Having been to all of them at least 3 to 4 times, maybe 5, especially Kinkakuji, it's beautiful, but it's kind of like you don't have to go. I feel like it's one for the bucket list, you just do it because it's on the list. Like it's not like really easy to get to. You gotta go on like Kyoto bus, which is a nightmare itself.
Yeah. I feel like in Kyoto, so many things are like, sorry, I hate Kyoto buses. So many of the things that you could do are kind of in one area over here, and then Kinkakuji is like over here. And last time I went, I just went once, I cycled there, and I was like, this is way further than I thought it was gonna be.
It's far,
and then it was just that, and then that was kind of it.
Yeah, I do feel like there's so many cool little spots that you could find. Don't just go to the main attractions, like go off the beaten path, and then you won't have that overcrowded Kyoto experience.
Yeah, when there's just so many people. That's because it's overhyped.
Yeah.
Which is why we're doing this list. You know, you go on the trains, the Shinkansen, and you have those little bentos,
Ekiben.
They suck ass.
I agree. I never find what I want.
I feel bad because like in a lot of videos I've said, like, oh, this is great. I think it can be a nice experience because you want to experience the ekiben.
The traditional way,
traditional way, and enjoy. The idea of a lunchbox and a train is great. They are cold. It's just a lot of like meat and rice, and these days I just go to like the convenience store and grab like a sandwich. I don't even know how to properly describe the taste of an ekiben. They're quite expensive too.
About 10 to 15 bucks, but they can go up to $20 if you want that premium.
The premium, but even the premium is like, it's cold. Okay, a lot of. This is a tangent.
Well, you travel so much for work.
Yeah.
You're on the Shinkansen, so am I, like all the time. So we are well-seasoned ekiben. They do have the self-heating ekibens now.
Really?
Yeah, I tried it, but in my experience, the one time I had it, it only half heated it. So like half of my dish was warm and I was like, this is cool. So it's like an improvement, and maybe I screwed up. Maybe it all goes hot and I just pulled the string wrong, you know?
Maybe. You can have other things on the train. I don't know if I'd recommend McDonald's. Don't do that. It smells quite strong. I get flustered in the morning when everybody's buying ekiben.
It's overwhelming.
It's these tiny little shops, everyone's crowded, everyone's lining up, and it's like the stress. I hate Tokyo Station. Yeah. I particularly hate Tokyo Station.
I go there like every month to get like a train for work and I still don't know where I'm going.
There's so much stuff there, but it's
everywhere.
Where the heck is
it? It's a nightmare.
Where the heck is it? I get so overwhelmed there.
Yeah.
I get tired.
Same with Shinjuku. I go there all the time and I'm like, help. Maybe we should just move to Tokyo Station and then just like master it.
Oh yeah, we can be the hermits of Tokyo Station. The mole people.
Maybe just live in the station. Like maybe they have apartments there.
There's a hotel in there though. I don't know where the entrance is, but there's a hotel in Tokyo Station.
Tokyo Station Hotel?
Probably.
That's okay. They're there. Breathe. Breathe. We've been for a lot.
Traveling. That's 7 years worth of Tokyo trauma coming out. Tokyo Station trauma.
I'm on Instagram, I'm on the socials, and I do a lot of it for work now, as do you. But I kind of go to these spots and you see how empty it is. And like, look, I filmed videos and made it look like there's no one there, so I can't, I
can't help but be guilty of it.
I'm guilty, but like, I've kind of recently taken a step back and been like, I don't have the energy to go to these places and kind of like experience this fake tourist location that it's not what it is. I don't know, it's complicated.
Usually like it can get so crowded, and if you see stuff online it's like, it's empty, it's great, and it's like
not.
No, there's so many places like that, definitely.
It's not just like Western like tourists doing it. It's just everyone, and I get it because like, you know, I'm going as well. I can't complain, but it's just like recently I'm like, maybe I won't go just because it was on Insta.
We did this event the Sakura event in Shinjuku.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where remember.
We went for PR, so we were there, and there weren't many other people there, so we could film the Sakura and everything. But we were like, this event doesn't seem very well organized.
Yeah.
And then my friend went a few days later, and it was just an ocean of people. People had to give up because it was getting to like a dangerous level of the amount of people that were trying to go in. I was like,
It's
damn,
misleading.
Yeah, everybody who's posting about it, it's like, oh shoot, like people are going
looks
expecting
great.
that.
Yeah,
and
it's
that's
empty.
completely
It's
not what it is.
No. If you come to Japan, of course, you've got these spots on your itinerary, but just kind of, like, keep in mind that they might not be as empty. I think taking the extra step and maybe being like, oh, this is a cool location, but maybe I can find something nearby.
I feel like as well, the people that get the best shots get up super early in the morning as well.
point.
So if you like getting up super early in the morning, maybe you could just do it that way and get to enjoy it just as it is in the photos. Maid cafes. I don't even know what to say about maid cafes. I've had some weird, interesting experiences at them. I'm not the target audience for a maid cafe. I don't think so.
I'm just kidding. How many times have you been?
Oh, maybe like only like
10.
Oh. Yeah, like not many.
I've been once.
Yeah.
And it was my first trip to Japan, and I was just like, wow. But then they like were dancing, and then the guys, it was a little like uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's always like a bunch of guys there.
Older as well.
Yeah, and they have like their favorites.
Yeah.
And I've been, and I try to encourage the girls as much as possible because I'm like, I don't want to feel awkward with you. I want to, you know, let's do my cute.
Yeah, I think that's cute.
Yeah, it's cute. It's fun. But I'm always like, I just feel awkward.
I've watched documentaries about it, and a lot of the girls just love the environment. They're really happy. So I'm like, you know, if you're happy and you're safe, go for it. Like, I think it's a cool, fun experience. But then if it's like kind of, you know, gray zone, like, are these girls safe and everything?
Yeah.
Like, that's all I kind of worry about. And like, are they treated well?
In general, themed cafes, including like anime and stuff, you don't go there because it's a cafe. It's like, you don't go there for great food. I mean, the food can be cute, but yeah, I usually don't like the food at themed cafes very much.
I remember on my first trip, going to Ueno Zoo and meeting a panda was like such a big thing. I don't know if it still is, but I went there and it was like small enclosures and not the greatest vibe. And I went to Kyoto and they also have a zoo, but it's so small and it just made me feel really depressed and I wanted to leave immediately. So I don't feel like if you come here, zoos are, but I don't know if they're overhyped.
Coming from Australia, like I come from Queensland, so we have Australia Zoo and it's like, it's huge, you know, and people still have stuff to say about Australia Zoo. Like, if you have something to say about Australia Zoo, don't go to the zoos here. I don't know, zoos in Australia felt very different. Yeah, but that's Overhyped Japan. I don't know if you guys are coming to visit, have visited, or have places on your list that you were like, hey, I wanted to go there, and we just crushed your dreams, but...
Oh, God. Sorry.
Honestly, love Japan. There are so many amazing things to do, and the reason that a lot of these are overhyped now is because there's just so many people. The things themselves are actually still amazing. So if you can find a way to make it work and find a way to just enjoy Japan in your own way, then it'll be great. We do love Japan. Yeah, not hating, just saying Team Lab's stinky. Let us know in the comments down below what you find overhyped about Japan. What is that you went to and you were like, wait a second, this guy stinks. And please check out Sarah. She has a YouTube channel and she uploads way more regularly than I do for now.
Wait a second. This dingus forgot to mention her patrons. Thank you so much everybody on Patreon for supporting me. I really appreciate it. You keep the show going and you guys are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, or hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, or not like this. But thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Ja-ne!